Enchanted Tiki Talk is brought to you by Kingdom Strollers. Our premium stroller and crib rentals are delivered straight to your Disney or Orlando area resort. It couldn't be easier. Book yours at kingdomstrollers.com. And Mouse Pros. Let our travel specialist plan your next vacation. Our concierge level service gives you the perfect hassle-free vacation. Get your free quote from Sean or any of our magical agents at mousepros.com. And Mickey Monthly, the Disney fans' monthly subscription box that brings the magic right to your door. Visit them at mickeymonthly.com. And buy Woody Sunglasses. Don't let glare ruin your magical view. These premium wood frame polarized sunglasses will let you tour the parks in style. Visit them at woodies.com. And now, it's show time!
Vahidi me kyonimana, ladies and gentlemen. No flashbulbs, please. Our performers are temperamental and easily upset. Thank you for your cooperation.
Oh, look at all the people.
My goodness, you're all staring at us. We better start the show rolling.
Wait. We forgot to wake up the Glee Club.
Hey, howdy, hey, and welcome to Enchanted Tiki Talk. We are your hosts. I'm Sean.
I'm Keith.
I'm Matt.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Alan.
So grab yourself a Dole Whip or a citrus roll, pull up a chair, and enjoy the show.
This is episode 208 for the week of October 15th, 2017.
Welcome, everybody, back to the Tiki Hut. Unfortunately, Sean has ditched us again, so be prepared for his shenanigans at the end, trying to tell that he's the best, and we left him off, and actually he ditched us this time. Keith is busy, so you're stuck with me and Scott. You know, we're going to bring back the Dixie Landing, so
the Bayou is in the house.
Everybody's turning off their listen devices right now. They're like, we're done. We're shutting this one off.
We didn't come for these two guys. Waldorf and Sadler are here.
So we don't torture you guys too much. We did reach out and bring on a guest. We were fortunate enough for Wade to respond and offer up his services and come join the Tiki Hut tonight. So everybody welcome Wade. Wade, if you want to take a minute, go ahead and let everybody know about yourself, your love for Disney, how all that started, and anything else you want to share with them.
Yeah, well, hey, I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate the opportunity to come on today. It's always as I said, it's always a good day when you get to talk Disney with some fellow Disney fans. But I'm all the way from Lincoln, Nebraska, right in the middle of the country. Grew up going to Disneyland as a kid, and then about 15 or 16 years ago, took a family trip to Disney World and caught the bug at that time. Fast forward, 16 years later, annual pass holder, Disney Vacation Club member, veteran of many run Disney races. So really enjoy, getting to the world. I enjoy Disneyland as well too, but Disney World is really the go-to. And so, my family, my kids, two boys have really grown up going to Disney. And that's really, a lot of their best memories come from Disney World. And I have, just a great time every time we go down. I've got a few trips in the works here this year and then possibly early next year because, you have to get use of your annual pass because I'm playing with their money now as far as days and making it worth it. But, no, I'm just really excited to be here, guys. Love the podcast. And, again, excited to talk Disney.
So I guess big question, since you grew up at Disneyland and now you're a big Disney World fan, yeah. Do you prefer Disney World now over Disneyland, or is it kind of half and half? Or
I prefer Disney World. Disneyland is great because of the size, just with the two parks, and of course you can walk back and forth to the parks, but you don't have that blessing of size that you have at Disney World, which some people call it the Disney bubble, or you're within that property because. What do they say? It's the size of Manhattan, New York City. You've got that, and that's what Walt wanted, the blessing of size, where you could have, you could be on an attraction and not see the highway or buildings off in the distance of Anaheim like you can see now. Again, but being that Disneyland is where Walt walked and where Walt was so hands-on and instrumental, it's got that specialness. So I enjoy it. But I think as a whole, I'm a Disney World fan. I love the 4 parks, the water parks, the resorts, the restaurants, and Disney Springs is just absolutely amazing with what they've done and the transformation in the last few years. Yeah, I mean, the restaurants, and, it's like a theme park in itself. A few years ago, I kind of felt it was kind of like a mall. And it was nice, but it was kind of like a mall. And now it's like its own theme park. So, a lot of times people say to me, geez, you're going to Disney World again. Haven't you done it all? I'm like, man, you can't do it all. And it's constantly changing. So I love Disneyland is a blast, to go spend a couple of days. It's a lot of fun. Some of the attractions there, I will admit, are better than their counterpart at Disney World. But, of course, then, some of the attractions at Disney World are quote-unquote better, and that's my opinion, than those at Disneyland. But if I had my choice, I'm headed down to Orlando.
Yeah, I'm still itching for my first trip to Disneyland, so hopefully that'll happen for too much longer. But
it's a great, everybody, I tell people that if you've never done it and you're a Disney World fan, you have to do it, because you walk in, you're kind of like, this is familiar. Kind of, I know where I'm going, I'm walking down Main Street and I expect to see this here, but it's not, but it's kind of the same. And so, but once you kind of get around, it's just got that great, really, historic feel to it. But then you have California Adventure across the Esplanade, which is, is kind of ever changing and changing now again.
Right.
Cars Land is amazing. And I always kind of hoped there would be a Cars Land at Disney World, but it is kind of cool that it's only at California Adventure, too. And, now they've changed, of course, Tower of Terror to Guardians of the Galaxy. I have not been there since that's changed, although I hear it's fantastic. So I'm looking forward to going back and seeing that. And now they're changing the Paradise Pier around a little bit as well, too. So it's ever-changing, but it's got its own... it's a great place to go too. So if you get a chance, you have to go and experience it. It's fun to kind of compare and contrast when you're there too.
Yeah. That's what I'm kind of looking forward to. But who knows when I'll be able to talk the wife into getting out there. So
I know how that goes. Believe me. Yes, I do.
All right. Well, we're going to take a short break, and then we'll get on with the rest of the show after that.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. Here are your 25 questions to answer before time is up. Don't fall out of that noble perch, it's Perch Talk.
I'm here with a Perch Talk with a cast member, Lydia, live at Geyser Point at Wilderness Lodge. Hi, Lydia. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am excellent. So I have 25 questions for you, and we have 2 minutes on the clock. If you can answer it, you get a prize. You want to know what the prize is?
What's the prize?
It's coffee. And you can't drink coffee right now, I understand that. But it is Trader Sam's coffee, and it's Brew, your happy place. It's good coffee. One day you get to try it. So,
all right.
25 questions on the board. We ready?
Yep.
And start. Your favorite Disney World theme park?
Disneyland. Or Disney World theme park. Oh my gosh, sorry. Disney World theme park. Epcot.
Favorite land in Magic Kingdom?
Liberty Square.
Favorite souvenir?
My Junie and Burke.
Favorite quick service?
Casey's Corner.
Favorite table service?
Chico.
Favorite on-site hotel?
Yacht Club.
Favorite show?
Do fireworks count?
No.
Oh, then the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular at the Halloween party.
Favorite parade?
Boo to you.
Favorite fireworks?
Hollow Wishes.
Favorite Epcot pavilion?
Norway.
Favorite time of year to attend Walt Disney World?
Christmas time. Not Christmas, but Christmas time.
Season, right, yeah. Monorail or ferry boat?
Monorail.
Favorite thrill ride?
Everest.
Dole Whip or Citrus Swirl?
Dole Whip.
Favorite Main Street shop?
The Emporium.
Favorite princess?
Merida.
Favorite prince?
Eric.
Favorite Disney song?
Candle on the Water from Pete's Dragon.
Favorite non-Disney movie? Lucasfilm, Marvel, Pixar?
Avengers, the first one.
Favorite sweet treat?
The Mickey ice cream sandwich.
Favorite street performer or band?
The Dapper Dans.
Least favorite attraction?
Ooh. Oh, that's rough. Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse.
Favorite Disney bar or lounge?
Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar.
Time's up. You got 23 out of 25.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, that's pretty good. You hesitated a little bit, but thank you so much for participating.
Thank you very much.
And welcome back from the break. So what we were going to do with this show, give you a little bit of a this or that option. It's something that Scott and I did several times on our old show, and some of you guys get a taste of it if you follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And every Tuesday we throw out an option for you, and some of you complain about it being too easy, and some complain about being too hard. So that's the fun of it. I get to sit back and watch everybody squirm. So basically what we're going to do, I'm just going to give you two options, and you tell me which one you like better and why. So I'm going to start one off for you guys that kind of is interesting to me to see your approach on this. Let's say you're leaving Hollywood Studios, you rope dropped it, you hit your 3 rides, and you're walking out at 9:30. So you're going to head over to Epcot. Which way do you prefer to go? Do you want to get on the boat and go in through the International Gateway, or are you going to catch a bus and walk in the front doors of Epcot?
Not where I thought you were going with that one, but wait, I'll let you start her off.
Yeah, it's interesting because I actually did this last year and was able to hit up the Star Wars fireworks and then get back to Epcot for Illuminations. Wow. Yeah, it was quick. And we actually ended up taking a bus because we got down to the boat dock and there was a line about 100 yards long. Huh. And so I thought my first then instinct was to walk and just hustle it and walk, by the boardwalk and up over the bridge and into International Gateway. But we saw a bus and it said Epcot. So we got right on the bus and it got us there within, 6-7 minutes, and we walked in the front. So I would probably say bus if you're worried about time, boat if you want the nice boat ride. So I'm going to go bus number 1 just to save on time.
Okay.
So is it boat and or walking or just boat?
I know where you're going with this, and let's just for simplicity, let's just say boat.
Okay, because I would have done just walking would be my choice.
And walking can be quick, and like I said, that was sort of my go-to at that time because it is a bit of a trek. But
okay. Well, here we'll do this for you, Scott. Let's say it's the middle of August and it's like 2:00 in the afternoon.
Made it much more of an easy choice than that one. I will go bus, only because those buses are like a whopping 30 degrees inside of them. So I'm going to go enjoy some freezing air conditioning. And as long as the bus is there or within a couple minutes, it's probably going to be your fastest route. Otherwise, I would be walking.
Yeah, bus is definitely the quickest route. I didn't know if anybody preferred going in, with the International Gateway and going into the back, or just the scenery on the boat ride as opposed to, being stuck on a bus. So that's why I went with that one.
I'm going to kind of do a twist on this. Here's where I thought you were going to go. If you go in International Gateway, do you go to the UK or do you go to France? Because I know we always do that. Do you start in Mexico or do you start in Canada? Right. And the reason I say it is I start in Mexico, but if I go International Gateway, I always start I start in France and I go around that way.
I do too, actually.
I'll have to write that down for next time.
I never really thought about it, and that's where I thought you were going, and that's why I kind of blanked when you're asking the question. I thought you were going to go. It really made me think that depending which way I get into World Showcase, I actually go 2 different ways.
Okay, well, I missed out on that one, so.
Carry on.
So let's go to a kind of a different option. We're talking countries in Epcot, and I figured I would pick 2 countries that seem to kind of get overlooked. They don't really get mentioned as much as some of the other ones. So which one is your, I would say, I guess, favorite out of these 2? Either Germany or Japan?
That's an easy one for me. I'm going Germany all day. You've got beer garden. You don't need anything else.
That's a good call. Germany and I would say Biergarten probably does trump everything else as well too, and pretzels and
better wine
bratwurst.
selection, bratwurst, beer.
Yeah,
Schaffer.
I mean the beer. Yeah.
See, I've never eaten at Biergarten, but when I was writing this down, the only thing that kept jumping out at me was the caramel couche. So I was just like, so.
A lot of options there.
That is good. I tell you, the quick service at Japan is pretty good too. If you want somewhere where it's kind of, a little bit quiet up there with the fountains. So it is nice up there if you just want to grab something to eat and just kind of be a little quiet space. And I know a lot of people like going through the the Mitsukashi, the store or whatever.
The incense and Hello Kitty store.
I can't even tell you the last time I walked through that store.
I ended up going back to the back and buying some Japanese Ramoon candy that I can't find anywhere else, like little gummy candies. I don't know, they come in bizarre flavors, and I buy those. I don't even know what Ramoon flavor is. It's like a soda water flavor, but they're really good. So I buy those back there. That's probably the one thing I always do in Japan. But overall, I like Germany's number one.
All right, so move on. I think this is probably going to be the toughest one. Personally, it might not be to you guys.
Challenge accepted.
All right, so I'm going to give you Yeehaw Bob or the Birdika Band.
Nah, not hard.
You want me to go first?
Go for it, Wade.
You can't go wrong with Yeehaw Bob. I love Birdika Band, because I think they are a lot of fun to listen to at Animal Kingdom. They're pretty cool. I mean, they've got some great songs, and it's a lot of fun to kind of get up, dance a little bit. But an evening at Port Orleans Riverside with Yeehaw Bob, and I have a lot of friends. I say, "Oh, have you seen Yeehaw Bob?" They have no idea what I'm talking about. So, I kind of say he's like, I don't want to say he's like a hidden gem at Disney World, but I think he still is. Yeah, just because you have to make an effort, obviously, to get to Port Orleans, and I think is he Wednesday through Saturday, something like that. I don't think he's there every night, so you have to hit it the right time. But I've been there New Year's Eve with Yeehaw Bob, which is just a hoot. He's passing out hats and noisemakers, and you can imagine the karaoke line around the place. But Yeehaw Bob is, man, I hope that guy can go on forever, because I love an evening with Yeehaw Bob.
Well, you've got the greatest resort. You're inside in air conditioning, and it's 3 or 4 hours of nonstop fun and laughs, and he puts on the most incredible show. And yeah, he definitely is a hidden gem. Birdika, don't get me wrong, absolutely love them. If I'm in Africa, I see them. But again, if you're pulling, it's in August at 2:00. I'm not going to stand in the heat of the sun and watch. Okay, you could go to Dawa Bar and get some nice libations and everything else, but I can watch them. But even with them, their entire performance isn't that long either. Where Yeehaw, even when it comes to break time, it's like he doesn't even want to stop for his own break just to keep going. So that was an easy one for me.
Yeah, I agree. I've seen him on consecutive nights, and it's a different show too, which is really cool. You'd think he doesn't have just a canned set.
Right.
That guy's got more songs than
And he really feeds off of the audience too.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't so tough. I was kind of thinking if Keith was going to be here, that might be a debate, because I know he's a big fan of Birdika. So, oh well. Moving on to the next one. Better duo is how we'll phase it. Chip and Dale or Woody and Buzz?
That's a tough one. I'll go and I'll say Chip and Dale, just because they bounce off each other so much as far as what they do. Where Woody and Buzz are a great duo, but they have their differences and times where they're not really getting along. Where Chip and Dale, if they're fighting, it's in fun.
I am going to say the same. Chip and Dale, back when Liberty Tree Tavern used to have characters, Chip and Dale were there. And there was a Halloween party, Mickey's Nuts, it's a scary Halloween party that we were there. And Chip and Dale were having so much fun with the guests, and especially the little kids. I mean, they were grabbing masks or hats from kids and running around. They'd be upstairs, downstairs, around. I think the way that they play off each other, like you mentioned, is makes it a lot of fun. Woody and Buzz are dynamic duo, but if you're talking about seeing them, getting a photo, Chip and Dale they're great. They are great. They make it a lot of fun. Kids love them too.
Any of their dining experiences and meet and greets, they love to interact and have fun with the kids, and it's usually like in a prank type way.
Right. I think I've only seen them there, so I couldn't speak to anywhere else. I always have to ask my son which one's Chip and which one's Dale. And I remember one has the red nose, right? And I couldn't tell you if that's
Chip is the chocolate chip nose.
And they've also, if you look at their teeth, one's got buck teeth and one doesn't. I think Dale's got the buck teeth.
I just always remembered based on chocolate chip.
I will always remember that now.
Yeah, I was going to say, now that you said that, that's an easy way to...
There you go.
All right.
Perfect.
So let's move on to one I had a little fun with. I was trying to think of something really disgusting to go up along this to make it fun.
Schafferhofer. Don't even have to give me the other choice.
Actually, no. Would you rather have a drink of Beverly or a nice, refreshing glass of water from Bay Lake?
Do the brain-eating amoebas come with it?
If you want them, then sure.
Get a trip to the emergency room with that? I don't mind Beverly, to be honest with you. I can handle Beverly, and I don't know if I could drink multiple drinks of Beverly, but I think I would rather drink Beverly than Bay Lake water.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't hate Beverly, but at least one I know is actually not going to kill me, so I will go Beverly all day long on that one.
It's always a good option when there's not a chance of dying.
Right.
So
come on, where's your sense of adventure? All right, let's go back to when we were kids sitting in front of the TV watching the Disney Channel. Better cartoon, DuckTales or Darkwing Duck?
Ooh. I'm going to say DuckTales. I'll jump in. I haven't seen as much Darkwing Duck, and I'm not sure why, but DuckTales, I think we've even got DVDs here. Our kids had them too, So I couldn't give you an exact reason why, other than I know I've seen more DuckTales. That's my only reason, right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. Darkwing Duck was, he was fun, but I remember watching DuckTales a lot more. And I think there's like 4 episodes out in the new one, which it's a completely different style of the show itself, but it's the characters and the theme song. I can't help but now have my boys watch that with me, so I'm gonna have to go DuckTales just because that was one of my classic childhood ones that I remember.
Alright, so just curious, would it have been any tougher? I originally had DuckTales or Rescue Rangers. Would that have made a difference at all?
Oh, that would have been harder. Yeah, I probably would have done Rescue Rangers on that one.
Okay, I just...
DuckTales still, just because of more familiarity still with DuckTales, but...
I put Darkwing Duck because a lot of people talk about it. I remember the cartoon, but I'm kind of like y'all. I didn't really watch it a whole lot. DuckTales sticks out in my head more than anything else. So
yeah.
All right, let's go get something to eat. We're gonna pick a better snack here. We're gonna give you a chocolate croissant or a beignet.
A croissant from France?
From wherever you'd like it to be from.
Okay.
From France.
Okay.
Sure. I guess that would be fair if we're going to do the beignet from Port Orleans. So.
French Quarter.
Yeah.
This might be the toughest one because I like them both. I may go beignet because I think those at least at Disney World. At Disneyland, you can find beignets because they have New Orleans Square.
Right.
Unless I'm missing it somewhere at Disney World, beignets, Port Orleans French Quarter. So I think a chocolate croissant is nice, but beignet has a little bit more specialness to it because of where you have to get it, which is, at French Quarter. So I'm going to go beignets number one, with a close second with the chocolate croissant.
See, I would normally say the beignet for that same reason. You can't get it in a lot of places. While I think it's an okay quality that they've got at French Quarter. Maybe a little bit better than okay. We talked on our breakfast episode that the chocolate croissant is always my go-to when I'm at Disney for breakfast. So I'm gonna have to pick that one.
I remember that now. Now that you say that, yeah, I do.
Beignet. That there's no comparison to me, but let's move on. Let's go do an attraction real quick. Better, I guess you call it the 4D attractions. PhilharMagic or Tough to Be a Bug?
I'll jump in. That's an easy one. PhilharMagic for me, and I've mentioned before. That's one of those attractions that, if I need something in between fast passes or just to get out of the heat at Magic Kingdom, I will always go to PhilharMagic, and it's one that we do almost every trip there. It's Tough to Be a Bug. It's one that I rarely do. One, I don't really care to have the stink bug smell, and two, I know to sit forward on the bench so that it doesn't attack me, try to break my spine.
I think this one is maybe not as tough as the others. I agree 100%. Air conditioning. I always seem that to get into PhilharMagic a little bit quicker. Whenever I go to Tough to Be a Bug, you kind of walk down and you stand outside. It's hot. Then you get inside. I feel like I'm standing in there for a half an hour. And then you finally get in. I'm like, I think we just spent an hour and a half trying to see Tough to Be a Bug. So I always feel like PhilharMagic, the air conditioning, the comfort seats, and I love the classic Disney movies as well in PhilharMagic. When they go back to Peter Pan and you hear the clock chime, and I think that's just it's a go-to for us every time. Tough to Be a Bug, maybe. If it's cool outside and I'm not going to be standing outside too long, maybe we'll go to. But so yeah, I'll go PhilharMagic number one.
Well, like you said, PhilharMagic, you're getting all the classics in there. Yeah,
the way they kind of stitch the songs together, it just all fits. It's really it's a lot of fun, and I think it's great. They go from Aladdin to Peter Pan to, I may have that sequence wrong, but you're getting way back classics with some of the 90s classics, the Disney decade classics. Yeah, it's a fun attraction.
All right, call me evil. I would go with Tough Be a Bug just to see everybody squirm at the end when they're not expecting the bugs to.
And little kids crying that need to exit stage left.
Well, yeah, not so much. I've got a little kid that's had that happen, so not so much.
I had one too. Believe me, I do. So I speak from experience. But no, it's the one thing about Tough to Be a Bug is the way, and the cool thing about that is that opened before Bug's Life was even released, and that's kind of a cool little fun fact. A lot of people don't know that. They created the attraction, then the movie came out shortly thereafter. But just the fact that it's in the trunk or the bottom or the basement of the Tree of Life is pretty cool. Right. Yeah. As far as aesthetics, you can't beat that theater. And even the detailing when you walk in and when you do walk down through, that does have a really cool factor. I will admit that.
All right, so the last one that I have for you guys. Speaking of Tree of Life, it's a kind of a good segue into this. What is the better park weenie? The Tree of Life at Animal Kingdom or the Chinese Theater at Hollywood Studios?
I'm going to have to go Tree of Life. I've not been to Hollywood, so that theater, even though the classic and everything else to it, it doesn't have much to it, and there's, it's not an original. Where the Tree of Life, the fact that it's built on an oil rig and all the characters that they put into it and to make it look like a tree from so far away is just an Imagineering masterpiece, I think.
I agree. I thought you were going to say Tree of Life or Cinderella Castle, and that would have been really tough, too. But I love the fact that they took the hat out, a few years ago and made the Chinese theater the original weenie of the park. I think it's a great mini recreation of the Hollywood Chinese theater. And, with everything walking down the street, it really does draw you in. But I do agree that the Tree of Life is a masterpiece, the way that was built. And you also see that, I feel like you see that from, the parking lot, you're driving in, whether you're on a bus or you're in a car, and you see the Tree of Life off in the distance. And then when you get up close to it, and I always tell people, look around at Disney. Don't just run from attraction to attraction. It's not a state fair. Look up, look down, look all around. And walking around that Tree of Life and seeing the animals carved in, quote unquote, carved into the trunk is a piece of art, really. And now what they've done at night with the Tree of Life Awakenings,
right?
Which is really cool. The projection mapping just gives it a whole nother element with that park being open later now when the sun goes down. So that's my long-winded answer to. I would go with Tree of Life, better weenie, at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, I almost had put Cinderella Castle in there, but I figured that would be too easy for the Cinderella Castle, so I went something else, and I think I overthought all these options is what I did.
Still made us think, though.
Well, you could have thrown the Epcot, Epcot or Tree of Life. I don't know. That might be a tough one, actually, too.
No, Epcot wins all day, every day.
It probably does, because I love Epcot. That's, my number one favorite park, maybe as I've gotten a little bit older, too, and La Cava del Tequila's there.
Yeah.
But can't beat a blood orange margarita and chips and guacamole on a hot day. But, still, the Tree of Life, it is pretty, an Imagineering wonder, I guess, if you will.
Very true.
But Epcot's Epcot.
All right, Wade, before we close up the show, something that we do to every guest that comes on, and something that Matt and I have done ourselves on here, we always ask the same 5 questions to our listener, and it's our Tiki Lightning Round.
All right.
Your favorite snack?
I have to go Mickey Bar, just because it's ice cream and chocolate and shape of a Mickey.
Classic. Favorite attraction?
I knew you guys were going to ask this one. I'm going to go just because I actually anticipated this one. I am going to go with the Tower of Terror, just because now it's the only one at Hollywood Studios in the United States, but also just because of the theming, from the walkways to the exterior decor to the the lobby, the library, the boiler room. That attraction has so much more than just shooting you up in the air and dropping you. So Tower of Terror.
Good choice. Your favorite movie?
Mary Poppins.
Wow, that's a good one.
Favorite
Original
character?
Mary Poppins. Favorite character. This is a tough one, actually. This is a very tough one. I think that I would probably say, just because my kids, when they were younger especially, thought this about me, I'll go Goofy.
Can't go wrong there.
No. Your dads are always goofy, so yeah, Goofy.
And last but not least, your favorite Disney Parks memory?
My favorite Disney Parks memory. I have a lot. I think, boy, this is a really tough one. I'm probably going to say when my kids were young and we would get to the Magic Kingdom early and there would be nobody on Main Street, and just being able to walk up Main Street where it seemed almost deserted and being able to take pictures of the kids in front of the castle with literally nobody behind them. That doesn't happen very often anymore. And I can remember one specific time. I think my kids were about 4 and 9, And I've got the picture in a frame in our bedroom on Main Street, and just the joy in their faces, the joy that they felt, the anticipation, and that just I think about it and I smile when I think about that, and especially when my kids were younger. Now they're older, and they're still a lot of fun, but it's a little different than it was then. So that's my favorite parks memory.
I always love them when the kids are involved.
Yeah, they've been a big part of our experience with Disney. My wife and I love to go, whether it's for the Wine and Dine weekend or just the Wine and Dine festival. And they still get mad at us when we go without them. and they, like I said, they've grown up going, but you know what? They still love to go, and we just have a lot of great memories. We've got more pictures at Disney than I have frames in my house. So it's again, it's been a big part of our life. All right.
Well, we definitely appreciate you coming on, and let our listeners know where they can find you, any of your social media, if you've got a website, anything you want to plug. It's all yours.
Don't have a website. Twitter at Husker Wadero. Husker Wadero. Wadero. And that's my Twitter handle. And Disney's the best. There's nothing, especially in these times. It's great to be able to get to Disney World. Great to be able to talk Disney with you guys tonight too. I really appreciate the opportunity. And Disney is my escape. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, it is.
That's why we do this.
Absolutely. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on, Wade.
Thank you so much.
So that's going to do it for this week. First, we want to thank our sponsors, Kingdom Strollers. Get your premium stroller and crib rental at kingdomstrollers.com. Can't get to the parks? Get the magic of the parks delivered straight to your door at mickeymonthly.com. Want to decorate those boring magic bands? Check out the customized decals at myfantasybands.com. Make sure to use the code Enchanted Tiki Talk 20 to save 20% off your order. Let the vacation experts at mousepros.com help plan your next perfect Disney vacation. Get a clear view of the parks with Woody's polarized sunglasses. Check out all other wood frame styles at woodys.com. Don't forget to check out our store at redbubble.com/Tiki Talk Podcast. And you can connect with us on social media. Find us on Facebook at Enchanted Tiki Talk, Instagram and Twitter at Tiki Talk Podcast. You can also leave us a message on the Tiki hotline, which is 256-4MY-TIKI, 256-469-8454. And if you enjoy the show, please rate us on iTunes. And you can find Sean when he's doing his Eeyore skit at 1 Minute Disney Dream. And Keith is SwedishChef.com.
You can find me on Twitter at Scott A. Campbell or on Instagram at ScottyBoy.
I'm on Instagram and Twitter at mholly579. For our special guest, Wade, thanks for listening this week. Alan, take it away, buddy.
Thanks for listening this week for Sean and Keith and Matt. I'm Alan, and this has been Enchanted Tiki Talk. Aloha.
Kitty.
Hello! It's wonderful to see you all here today. Isn't this exciting?
SwedishChef.com.
I didn't know where I was going with that. I was like, oh, that's best I got.
Super duper meatball.
Enchanted Tiki Talk has been brought to you by mousepros.com. Let us plan your perfect Disney vacation. And mickeymonthly.com, where you can get the park sent directly to you. And by kingdomstrollers.com for all your premium stroller and crib rental needs. Also by Trader Sam's Coffee. Why not brew some magic in your home? And finally, woodies.com. Sunglasses for a glare-free view of the magic. For all of us here, I'm David Benter. Thanks for listening to Enchanted Tiki Talk.